Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am down in my basement in the wood shop, and I'm getting things ready for trapping season. As things are starting to increase with price and things like that, I decided to, instead of ordering some supplies, I'm going to make my own. What I'm going to do is take this piece of wood and use it for a belly wedge. For those that know what I'm talking about, you know what a belly wedge is. For those who don't, a belly wedge is a piece of wood to separate the hide that you put on a stretching board for the hide, so it doesn't shrink completely around the board. And this little wedge that I'm going to make is going to prevent that from happening. Not saying it won't shrink too much, but this will help. So what I'm going to do is take this on my sander that I have right here, a little belt sander, and I am going to trim this edge down, round these edges off, just so that there isn't a real harsh line in the muskrat hide when I decide to catch one and put one up. All right, I'm going to hook up my shop vac and I'm going to start in. Plug in the sander. Stay tuned. Well, that wasn't the first time that happened to the sander. It happened once to my son as he was sanding, and the belt just broke. I don't know if there's not enough tension or too much tension, but anyways, as long as we got that sanding disc, I'll be fine. I'll be happy with that. But see how I tapered this down into a wedge form? You could use a 3-inch or 3/8 dowel also. You could taper that down, just round off the edge and just push it underneath the muskrat hide when it's on the board. 3/8, or I'm thinking this is 3/8 and the other one is 1/2 inch or something like that. So, or you could just have a piece of wood to separate the hide from the board, just as long as you have that separation, so you're able to take the hide off of the board after it's completely dry. But what I'm going to attempt to do now is kind of demonstrate on this board on how the belly wedge works. What I'm going to do, I came up with the idea of putting this sock over the board. Oh, hang on here a minute. Alright, I'm going to take this sock to represent the hide of a muskrat. I'm going to put this on here, just like so. It's just like putting a sock on your foot. Same too with a muskrat hide. As you can see, it's starting to slide on pretty decent. And just like a muskrat hide, you gotta adjust it to where you want it, where you need it. So just bear with me here. Would have thought of demonstrating this with a sock and not an actual muskrat hide. Actually, this would be a pretty good size. I'll give you a good $5. I don't know, maybe not. But anyways, what you want to do with this Okay, the sock is representing the muskrat hide, okay? And once you got it all pinned down, you pin down the edges and the middle, all right, where the tail would be. Then after you're done putting up the hide on the board, you take this, what they call a belly wedge, or probably another term for it, but what you want to do is take this wedge and shove it up underneath the muskrat hide. And well, if this was an actual hide, the mouth would be right here, and this would slip right through or go right through. And what you see is a little ridge right here, okay? If that wasn't there, it'd be real flat. But you want that separation from the hide and the board, so when it dries, it shrinks as it's drying, okay? And if you didn't have this wedge in here, you'd have a heck of a time getting that hide off. I've had wedges in underneath my hide, raccoon or muskrat, and I had a heck of a time even getting some of them to remove. So that's if you had a wire stretcher, it'd be a different story. You wouldn't need one of these. But if you're using a wood stretching board, some people don't call them stretching boards, but it is what it is. But here, I'll demonstrate how a dowel would work. It basically does the same thing. I'll probably more than likely round off the end of this dowel. See, it's gonna do the same thing. So you can see that ridge, okay? You just, as long as you got that separation between the hide and the board. Because like I said, if you don't have this, you're going to have a heck of a time taking the hide off the board. So I'm going to see, just like this. It would be tighter than that, okay? So I got a few more to do. I only have a handful of those belly wedges that I actually ordered from a trapping supply company, and as long as I have some of this extra wood laying around, I'm gonna do what I need to do to save some money and manufacture my own belly wedges. So it's a little tip for you. Save some money, gives you something to do on a Sunday afternoon like I am doing right here. And until next time, enjoy the little things.